The Lord be with you. A reading from the Holy Gospel according to Matthew. Jesus said to his disciples, "You have heard that it was said, an eye for an eye and a tooth for a tooth. But I say to you, offer no resistance to the one who is evil. When someone strikes you on the right cheek, turn the other one to him as well. If anyone wants to go to law with you over your tunic, hand him your cloak as well. Should anyone press you into service for 1 mile, go with him for 2 miles. Give to the one who asks of you, and do not turn your back on the one who wants to borrow." The Gospel of the Lord. I'm getting my workout in. You know I like to look at you when I'm preaching, right? I like to be close to you. Very good. So happy to see you. And so we hear Jesus teaching today. It's pretty radical, isn't it? Very radical. But Jesus' mindset, I've read, especially during this passage, I know that he is not litigious. He is not litigious. He doesn't like lawsuits. He doesn't like contention. He doesn't really like people demanding certain things, getting even, right? And so that's our society now, right? We have to get even. We have to get one up on the other person. And where does that lead? That just escalates, doesn't it? It just gets worse and worse and worse. And so Jesus said, stop. You have to put an end to it. You have to stop the escalation. Don't demand to get even. Don't demand retribution. Because where is this going to lead? It's just going to get worse and worse and worse. I'm depending on you, my disciples, to end it, to bring about peace, reconciliation, harmony. Be generous. Be generous, right? You don't have to get even all the time, you know. And so that's what he's saying to us. And so this teaching is very radical. It goes against what we see in the world, especially nowadays. Right? People are very petty, they're very aggressive, they're very demanding, they're very even violent, right? And so it's got to stop, because if we return, if we demand retribution, or if we want to get even or get back at somebody, it's just going to get worse. And so he's not teaching us to do anything that he himself hasn't done, right? God is so generous to us. He forgives us. And so likewise, he's asking us to do the same. And sometimes it seems impossible, but it's not. Jesus doesn't ask us to do anything that's beyond our ability. Whatever he asks us to do, he gives us the ability. And what is the main source of this grace? It's the Eucharist, right? The Eucharist enables us to do things that are beyond our natural powers, enables us to love as God loves, enables us to forgive, to be generous, to be kind, to turn the other cheek. And so that's what Jesus is counting on you and me, especially today in this world of aggression and violence and anger, right? He needs us to bring about that peace. Peace, calm, reconciliation, forgiveness, taking the higher road. He holds us to a higher standard than everybody else, right? He says, you are my disciples. You need to be the salt of the earth and the light of the world. You can't be just like the world. Don't behave like them. I'm holding you to a higher standard, and I'm giving you the ability to do that. It's the Eucharist, the sacrament of love that transforms us into Jesus, into his likeness. And so we give thanks to God for you coming back to church, starting this last weekend, and receiving the Eucharist, and allowing us the Eucharist to conform us, to change us, to sanctify us, to conform us to Jesus, so that we may truly be his presence of love and reconciliation and peace in the world.